Another week of action has gone by in the AAF. We are now in week 4. Today I'm going to be going over my week 4 rankings for the AAF. We're going to be going over each one of these teams. Lots of surprises happened in week 3. We saw the Stallions beat the Hotshots. That was really surprising. The Fleet beat the Commanders. And then, of course, the Legends lost yet another game, and the Apollos were able to beat the Express to be able to advance to 3-0. We have two 3-0 teams remaining. Those are the Apollos and the Iron, and we also have two 0-3 teams right now, the Atlanta Legends and the Memphis Express. Starting off with our 5-8 rankings, we got the Hotshots, Commanders, Express, and the Legends. Two teams have fallen out of the top 4 this week, and we've got the Arizona Hotshots and the San Antonio Commanders, who have dropped places, and they've swapped with the Fleet and the Stallions for those top 2 or for the top 4 spots. Starting off with number 8, though, we've got the Atlanta Legends. They were 8 last week as well. They are 0-3 now. They've gotten blown out in all 3 of their games. I don't really expect a whole lot from them this season anymore. They lost to Birmingham in week 3, 28-12. Number 7, we've got the Express. They were 7 last week as well. They were ranked 8th, I do believe, after week 1 because they got shut out by Birmingham. They lost to Orlando. They had a close game, though. It looked like the Express were hanging on, and it looked like they could almost pull off a win, but they did end up losing 21-17. Express, though, I do think they were better than the Legends just because they've been able to keep with their opponents, except for week 1. But yeah, they were able to keep up with their opponents the last couple of weeks. Just as a matter of time before they are able to get their first win. Number 6, we've got the Commanders. Last week they were number 4. They are 1-2 now. I really thought that the Commanders, it kind of surprised me to see them get blown out against San Diego this week, 31-11. I really thought, the Commanders, if they would have beaten the Apollos, they really stuck with the Apollos at home last week. I really thought that San Antonio, they could have been the number 1 ranking last week if they would have beaten the Apollos, but they ended up not. And now this kind of surprised me to see them they didn't do very well at all this week. And they really kind of gave a half-ass effort. They really didn't do too well. We didn't see them. They didn't make a whole lot of plays at all. Really surprised by the Commanders this week, but yeah, they are number 6. Number 5, we've got the Arizona Hotshots. They were number 2 last week. They've dropped down to number 5. So yeah, they dropped 3 spots. This is the biggest drop of the week in my rankings. They're 2-1 now. They lost to Salt Lake. They lost 23-15. Not much to say from the Hotshots. I think if they can just get back to where they were the first couple of weeks, I thought this team could definitely have been my number 1 ranking as well last week, but I put the Apollos just in front of them because I was kind of uncertain about how consistent they are. They're number 5 this week. Now on to our top 4. We've got the Apollos, the Iron, Fleet, and Stallions. Stallions are number 4. They jump up 1 spot. They are 1-2. They got their first win this week against Arizona, 23-15. I definitely thought that the Stallions last week were the best 0-2 team, and I definitely thought about putting them as our number 4 spot. But yeah, now they're with their win against Arizona. Definitely a reasonable answer to put them at 4 this week. I was kind of impressed by their win today. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Stallions win some more games in the future. I think that they're going to have a better finish to the season than how they started. The Fleet are number 3. Very, very impressed with their win this week against San Antonio. I thought San Antonio could have been the best team in this league if they beat the Apollos last week. They almost did. The Fleet now are number 3. They jump up 3 spots, so that's our biggest jump of the week. And now on number 2, we've got the Iron. They were number 3 last week. They also make a jump to number 2. The Hotshots, they take their spot. They are 3-0 now. They beat Atlanta last week, 28-12. Very good win there. Of course, they had to go on the road too. Road games have been proven the AAF to be kind of tough ones. We saw the Stallions at home. We saw the Fleet at home. Almost every time, or almost every game that is a home game for a team, the home team typically wins. We've seen that so far in the previous few weeks. Then the Apollos also won against Memphis this week. They were number 1 last week as well, so they remain at their spot. They're 3-0. Definitely the Apollos have got the best chance to be able to go deep into the playoffs this season. Apollos are the best team in the league right now, I do believe. Definitely because, there are 3 games that they played this season. They won their first 2 by pretty good numbers. This was surprisingly their closest game of the season so far was against the Express, which I knew the Express, they're better than the record. They're 0-3. They are better than that, but they have had a really tough schedule. But anyway, back to the Apollos. I definitely think the Apollos have got a good chance to be able to make a big run once we get towards the postseason. Once again, Orlando is the best team in the AAF for week 4. that is it for your rankings in week 4. Let me know your guys' thoughts on these teams in the comments below. I'd like to hear what your guys' thoughts are. What do you guys think of the upsets this week? Definitely were the most amount of upsets that we've seen so far in the AAF were last week. But yeah, anyway, once again, that is it for this video. Thank you guys all for watching. More coming. We're going to be previewing all the games in week 4 within the next couple of days. Thank you guys all for watching once again. I'll see y'all later.